Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of our story. If you like this what if story and want to see part 3, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by TheFoolAngel on Wattpad. Now, let's start. Punch. Don't you think Yang had hearts in her eyes? 𝐸𝐴 had stopped. Waiting for response. Please wait for a couple of minutes. Ruby, Yang. What is wrong with you? She says while she shook Yang with much force as possibly. Weiss just scoffed at her team's antics. But she did slightly giggle. 23 back to the match. Since Ren was out of bounds. Nora had something better to do. She went ballistic. Nora, Ren. Is out of bounds. Ahahaha, I can finally let loose. Hammer time, wait wrong line, time to break your legs. Izuku, oh for Kami's sake. He jumped out of the way and delivered a 5% kick towards her legs which in turn made her aura drop rapidly. Nora, I see you're a man of culture. You like to break legs too. I finally found someone who has the same interest as me. Izuku was slightly creeped out and chopped her on the neck making her pass out. 28 Ren's sweat dropped at his childhood friend's outburst. So did Ruby and Weiss. Jawn went behind Izuku and swung. It hit him but didn't do that much damage, making Izuku's aura greenish-yellowish. Izuku then flicked his finger with 6% power and pushed Jawn out of the ring. 16 Meanwhile, with Blake so going against the invincible girl is hard. It's insane. Her stealth wasn't helping her here so she needed to get close. However in the final moments she had slipped and fell making her aura go to red. Izuku being the hero he has caught Blake and laid her down. Izuku, you did amazing kitty now leave it to me he says with $1 million smile. Izuku, you did amazing kitty now leave it to me he says with $1 million smile 49 Blake had blushed hard and her eyes were swirls. Ruby had seen Izuku's smile had made her heart squeeze. Yang who finally snapped out of it had also seen his smile and went back into Windows XP state again. Weiss was trying and failing blushing. 19 Izuku, with determination, had pet his fist back and sent a pressured wind attack had knocked Pyrrha out of bounds. 2 Nobody could registered what had just happened. This guy. With no to little actual information the people he faced had defeated Team JNPR. Not to mention he just defeated Pyrrha, a known well fighter. Author here. So the HM so far is 7 Ruby Yang 3 Yang Weiss 2 Weiss Blake 2 Blake Pyrrha 1 Pyrrha 3 Nora Glinda 12 Glinda. Anyone else you want me to add to the aim just comment. Oh and another thing. If you want me to bring someone else into this world and be in the HM as well who would it be? It could be anyone you want. Like for instance 𝐒𝐻𝐼 from High 5. Anyone else you want me to add to the HM just comment. Oh and another thing. If you want me to bring someone else into this world and be in the HM as well who would it be? It could be anyone you want. Like for instance 𝐒𝐼 from Highschool DxD 58. Bye for now. I'll be introducing 𝐒𝐻𝐼, 𝗧𝗏, and Leone this chapter. 19 A portal opens up and 3 people fell on top of him. And how the heck did they fall on top of him? There could have been so many other places they could have landed. And it had to be him. The 3 women had now gotten off of him and looked around then looked straight right back at him. They saw him as a face they all know but he looked different. They all said it at the same time. Tatsumi, is that you? Izuku Ito. What do you mean I'm this Tatsumi you speak of? They all looked at each other and tackled him to the ground and cried. First off, does Izuku know these people? Was the thought of everyone on their mind. But it didn't make any sense. Why would they call him Tatsumi? Is it cause of his eyes? 1 Izuku, girls can you get off of me please? Do you not know who were my dear husband? They all said at the same time. Izuku, Everyone in the room, Nani? What do you mean you are married to him? 2 Ruby had lost the color in her eyes and her heart shattered a bit. Yang was growling with rage and her eyes were turned red. Weiss had a broken smile on her face and was laughing a bit insanely. Blake was about to pounce out of her seat but was strapped down courtesy of Glinda who knew better that she wouldn't let her urges get to her. Nora was simply breathing heavily. And thought about smashing someone's legs. Pyrrha had an emotionless face driven in rage. Fall back with Izuku. Izuku, I seriously don't know who you three are. They stared at him and sighed, well I guess we have no choice, right 𝐻𝐸𝐽? The now identified girl with bulk hair is named 𝐻𝐸𝐽, who has red eyes and seems to have a stoic expression. Picture above 𝐻𝐸𝐽. Well, what about you, Leone? The blonde-haired girl turned around and had somewhat of cat ears and tiger claws, but she seems to have changed it to a human hand. Her eyes are a dirty yellowish. Her eyes are a dirty yellowish 8 Leone, 𝐻𝐸𝐽. So be it right. What about you, 𝐬𝐸𝐻? The now proclaimed 𝐬𝐸𝐻 is a woman who looks to be 23 or older but seems to have a childish demeanor. She has an aqua-colored hair and seems to have gray eyes. 𝐬𝐸𝐻, yeah, now you. Why do you look so much like Tatsumi, and where are we? 𝐬𝐸𝐻, yeah, now you. Why do you look so much like Tatsumi, and where are we? Izuku had sweat-dropped AMD answered her question. Izuku, I don't know who you are referring to, this Tatsumi fellow, but my name is Izuku Midoriya, and to answer where you are right now. You are in an academy that trains hunters on a planet called Remnant. But would you mind getting your hands off me, please? 𝐬𝐸𝐻 scoffed and hid her blush. He reminds me so much of him. Wait, if I'm in another world and Tatsumi isn't here, I can love this one right here. She looked back at him and said, you are going to be my new lover 𝐻𝐸𝐽, and Leone went wide-eyed. What is 𝐬𝐸𝐻 doing? Why is she now claiming someone who isn't Tatsumi? Unless… Oh hell no. 𝐻𝐸𝐽, no, mine. Leone, yeah right, he is mine. 37 RWBY had heard enough and rushed off with petals that are now black are behind here. Yang just punched her way through the metal like it was nothing. Blake had snuck off and was now right beside them. Weiss had somehow teleported into the arena. Not gonna. It seems that I've been transported to another world with 𝐸𝐽. However, I think I might just explain how it happened. 16 earlier, Aizawa had been looking at Class 1A with a sort of fire in his eyes. Truth be told, that there is something bound to happen to one of his star student and a certain little bundle of cuteness. An explosion had occurred right beside the window where you guessed it, Izuku and Eri are at. They flew in the air while Izuku had caught Eri and his back slammed on the floor. 1A had been attacked by the League of Villains. Tomura, come here Deku. Toga, come with me Deku-kun. Izuku, heck no. He powered up. As he does this, Eri climbs on his back to support him against the fiends. He went in with a 10% kick to Toga, although he failed to notice a portal right in front of him, swallowing him and Eri away. Tomura, mission success. Let's go. We got what we came here for. Kurogiri, of course. He says while he opens another portal back to Thea hideout. A few moments later. Tomura, alright, now let's see Toga. Odin, let's make Barbie. They all looked around and saw no one there. All for one. Kurogiri. Kurogiri, yes sir. All for one. Where is the child? Kurogiri, I might have slipped up the portal. Transportation. Toga, oh well, I'm going to go drink BLD. She says as she dashes off, not wanting to see the action transpire. 28 flashback ends. And here I am with Eri on my back staring at what seems to be a castle but also an academy. I don't know what to say, but I haven't really got much of a choice but to go to the principal of this school and hopefully get back with the others. Oh, Cammy, please let my friends back at UA be safe and sound. You there? Izuku, yes. What is your name and business here at Beacon Academy? Izuku, my name is Izuku Midoriya and I have nowhere else to go to, so I thought if I can talk to the principal of this academy they might let me and my daughter get us help. Well, you're talking to the headmaster right now. My name is Ozpin, headmaster of Beacon Academy. 39 I stood in shock at what he said. He is the headmaster of this academy. Izuku, can you help me and my daughter? Please, we have nowhere to go, so would you help us? Ozpin thought about it for a bit and quickly said, Ozpin, but of course. However, I want you to join my academy. This will allow you to stay in a dorm with your daughter. Meals will be provided as well. I sense great things within you, Izuku. Izuku was shocked about what Ozpin told him. Izuku, thank you a million. I'll do my best for my goal. 13 Meanwhile, hey girls. Yeah, Yang. The one now identified as young has dandelion yellow hair. Her eyes are shiny violet. However, if you touch her hair, well, let's pray you won't be launched towards through the wall. When she is in her demonic state, she has red eyes that burn with anger. So don't touch her hair and you will live another day. 31 So don't touch her hair and you will live another day. Next to her is Ruby, Young's adorable little sister. She has black hair with red tips. She has gray-silver eyes, but with her hidden power from her mother her eyes turn into a silver state of matter. 12 She has gray-silver eyes, but with her hidden power from her mother her eyes turn into a silver state of matter. 9 The next one standing right beside Ruby is Weiss. She is an heiress of the famous company of the 𝐒𝐻𝐽 Company. Her hair is white and silky. Her eyes are ice blue. She is a bit of a 𝐬𝐴 but a trusted member of Team RWBY. For she is a bit of a 𝐬𝐴 but a trusted member of Team RWBY. 12 Behind the rest of her fellow teammates is Blake. Blake is a bookworm. She will read and train whenever she wants to. She is a faunus as well, particularly a 𝐻𝐽𝐽𝐾. She has golden eyes and black hair. However, she does have a heat 𝐶YCL, so she tends to need a stress reliever. 35 Young. I see our headmaster talking to a green cutie with a little girl on his back. 16 Young. I see our headmaster talking to a green cutie with a little girl on his back. Do you know who he is? Ruby, not at all sis. But I want to see his weapons. Weiss, you can ask him later you dolt. But I wonder what 𝐲𝑳𝐵 is talking about to Greenie over there. Blake, perhaps a new transfer student. It could be that, but I can tell you right now. Kitty likey. Mine. When Blake had said that Greenie was hers. And hers only, they began to feel a tang of jealousy. Now let's see what happens. 11 Ruby's mindscape. Why do I feel like something is being taken away from me? Is my heart slowing down because of what she said? Ruby shakes her head and is still trying to get those thoughts out of her head. Blake is her friend and teammate, so why does she feel attacked? 20 Young's mindscape. Blake is already claiming the green-haired cutie hers. As if they don't even know each other. It should be me instead. Whoa, wait a minute Young. Calm down, you barely even know him. I need to think this through. 9 Weiss's mindscape. Now what is Blake up to now? She claims the green-haired kid hers. Hair as if. I bet he will like me more. Wait. Here. When did I start caring for a boy I just met? Calm down. You are supposed to be calm and sophisticated. 30 Meanwhile, Izuku. Alright, so where is my door, Mr. 𝐲𝑳𝐵? 𝐲𝑳𝐵, you don't have to call me Mr. 𝐲𝑳𝐵. Izuku, just 𝐲𝑳𝐵 is fine and you'll be bunking in with my best of the best team yet. Hopefully they will accept you. Izuku, thanks. But who is this team that I'm bunking with? 𝐲𝑳𝐵, why Team RWBY of course. Izuku, Team RWBY. Who are they? 𝐲𝑳𝐵, oh how silly of me. Team RWBY consists of Ruby Rose, the leader of the group. Young Xiaolong, Ruby's older sister. Weiss 𝐒𝐻𝐽, the heiress of 𝐒𝐻𝐽 Dust Company. Blake Belladonna, the calm and level-headed of the group. Izuku, whoa. They sound amazing, right? Eri just nodded her head in a very cute way. Izuku, hey Eri, do you want an apple? Eri just practically squealed with excitement. Eri, why yes please. She says in a low monotone voice with a head tilt. Izuku, alright. Hey 𝐲𝑳𝐵, where is the cafeteria? 𝐲𝑳𝐵, it's right down the hall. I'll give a message to the chefs that you will need a meal and apples for your daughter. Say, might I ask, why do you have a daughter and how old are you? Izuku, thanks for the info and to answer your questions. She is my adopted daughter and I'm about to be 16. 𝐲𝑳𝐵 was shocked. This young boy had adopted a young girl. How nice of him to take a role of a father. 𝐲𝑳𝐵, well, I'll see YA soon. I messaged Team RWBY of your location and how you look. Goodbye. Izuku, many thanks. 41 Time skip towards the cafeteria, brought to you by a chibi Eri holding a chibi doll version of Izuku, as we see our cinnamon roll and our other cinnamon but pink roll eating their lunches. Team RWBY had arrived and saw them. With Blake currently about to pounce, but quickly reminded herself that she had to act professional towards the green-haired cinnamon roll. Besides, first impressions are needed. Izuku, and who you ladies might be. They blushed a bit but recovered. RWBY, well, my name is RWBY. Do you have any weapons? Weiss, my name is Weiss and thanks for the compliment. You dolt. She said the last part quietly but Blake heard it due to her fawness trait. Young, my name is Young and you are so cute. So what's with the kid? Blake, the name is Blake. Cutie. She said the last part silently. Izuku, being the oblivious but cute cinnamon roll, smiled. Izuku, my name is Izuku. Nice to meet you all. To answer your question, RWBY and Young. I don't have a weapon, I fight with my legs and arms. And this here is my adopted daughter Eri. Eri was currently holding an apple to her mouth. Also kawaii. Must protect. And so Blake had the most votes to be Izuku's partner and I'm here to deliver that she will be. Now sit back and relax. 5. It's been 2 days that Izuku and Eri have been here. Right now it seems that we can see Izuku and Eri listening to Professor Goodwitch, who seems to like the fact that someone is actually paying attention to her teachings. And if you want Glinda to be in the game, just comment yes or no, I don't mind putting her in. Back to the story. 65. As she was continuing to teach, Team JNPR had asked if they could go against Izuku. Glinda had approved it, but Izuku will need at least one partner. Izuku pointed at Blake to be with him. Blake had almost squealed with excitement, but she remembered that she must act rather professional if she didn't want anybody to notice her feelings to the green-haired cinnamon roll. Blake's mindscape calmed down. Blake. This is just a training match. It's not like me and him are going to be marrying each other anytime soon. I mean, I wouldn't mind at all. 9. She had been interrupted by Young saying, get your mind out of the gutter and go with him. She had a tint of pink on her cheeks. She shook it off and went towards the arena. Izuku Pivi Blake had seemed to be distracted there for a moment. I hope she's alright. Izuku, hey Blake. Do you mind telling me how a training match works here? Blake, of course. Everybody has aura and semblance that can be used for fighting. When your aura drops to red, your fight is over unless you want to keep going. Izuku, here. So semblance is kind of like a quirk here. He whispers. Izuku, thanks for the info Black. She cuts him off with a finger to his mouth. Blake, please call me by Kitty. 43. He stopped for a moment and trying to figure out what was going on. Izuku, sure blah, oh I mean Kitty. Blake was purring but not too loudly. Blake, I'd like the way you said my nickname, how about I give you one too? Izu. Zuku. Zuzu. Yeah Zuzu. 26. Izuku just smiled at her antics. Blake, I'm going to call you Zuzu now. Is that okay? She said with a purr. Izuku, oh of course. Now let's get out there, right? Blake, might as well. They walked down to the arena. As soon they were on the arena, go Izuku. You too Blake. RWBY, come on, I want to see some weapons. Weiss, RWBY. Remember what he said. He doesn't fight with a weapon. RWBY, sorry. My mistake. But still I want to see what you have hidden up your sleeve. Did Glinda hear that right? Her first student that actually pays attention doesn't have a weapon. This could go wrong on so many levels. She shook her head and pronounced, Izuku and Blake are going to go against Team JNPR. As on cue we see Team JNPR walking towards them. 𝐻𝐸𝐼𝐺, the leader of the group, he has his grandfather's heirlooms, which don't get me wrong on this, but they pack a punch. Nora Valkyrie, the girl that could eat pancakes for days and loves to smash people with her hammer. Pyrrha Nikos, the all-time winner and sometimes called the invincible girl in most cases, is somewhat a professional hunter in training. Lai Ren, a member of this team who has been childhood friends with Nora, is more of the serious type and Kiwa tries to make Nora tone it down a notch. 18. Now the question is, what kind of powers do they have, is what Izuku was thinking. Sure, he had Blake right there standing next to him, but he'd rather learn from the people themselves. The same is going on with Team JNPR as well. They don't know what type of semblance this guy has. But they do know Blake's. Time skip brought to you by a chibi RWBY hugging a chibi Eri. 35. They were now facing each other as both teams glared at each other for intimidation. Glinda, battle begin. In a split second. Izuku had powered up to his full cowl and sprinted towards 𝐻𝐸𝐼𝐺 with a powered-up kick. 𝐻𝐸𝐼𝐺 had reacted a bit too slow, which in turn made his aura to yellow. He went in for strike but missed. Nora and Pyrrha had been keeping Blake busy at the moment and saw Jawn's aura quickly descend from one kick. Izuku had been using the walls and ceiling to keep Ren from attacking him. 2 Ruby, holy cow. How is he doing that? Weiss, by my guess it must be his semblance. But a person with electricity and strength enchantment. That's never been heard of. Yang, well if he can deliver a Sartong kick, what about his punches? 8 right on cue. Izuku had delivered a 10% punch towards Ren's back, making him flying out of the arena. For Glinda, this power. It's amazing but truly dangerous. He only needed one punch. And I laughed while writing that. XD 93 Ruby, dang that is one strong. Question it. Nora had busted her way through with her hammer. Pyrrha had gone overdrive and bent the door in half, walking towards them. Glinda, who couldn't control it anymore, had used her magic to float towards them as well. 5 RWBY PNG, he is ours. Not yours. 82 Meanwhile Izuku had snuck out and went back to get Eri and went to the cafeteria. Izuku, those girls seemed nice. Enough. Eri, hey P-Papa. Whose is going to be my mommy then? Izuku, I don't know sweetheart. I don't know, but I promise it won't be long until we find you the perfect mommy. 35 Back with the girls, who now agreed to share. Izuku had a shiver up their spine, and something tells them that they might be competing for something else. 9 Oh my god. 2 updates in a day. Who wouldn't believe it? I did this just in time to. Next girls to appear are the ones from High School DxD. And remember, I don't own anything, not even the pictures. Just the storyline is mine. Author here and present. Next chapter will have the DxD crew in it and presented, so y'all can wait for that. But for now, what will happen with Izuku? Speaking of that, here we go. It's been a couple of days since 𝐒𝐻𝐸, 𝐻𝐸𝐻 and Leone have settled in. The talk with Ozpin was quick and have bunked in with our current green-haired cinnamon roll, which as always is oblivious and to pure for his own good accepted the fact that they might be having the same situation with him as well. Izuku, you know, I'm from another world. 𝐒𝐻𝐸, I can see that. From where we are from is a world led by a capital, although I don't want to explain neither those two as well. Leone and 𝐻𝐸𝐻 looked down with a hint of sadness. Izuku, being the happy and adapted person he is, hugs each of them. They return the gesture with a slight smile. Meanwhile, Ruby had been playing with Eri for the last few days and gradually was becoming a big sister figure towards Eri. It's like she was a part of her now. Yang, who always wanted another sister, had now been overjoyed but questioned her excitement. Weiss was always dressing Eri up in cute clothing. Just a few days ago she bought Eri a candy apple and a pink scarf which Eri loved adorably. Blake had always talked with Eri about how good-hearted about her adopted father. Eri, Papa is willing to help anyone. Even if it means they are a villain. He saved me when he found me. Papa will always be my hero. Blake just smiled away. Ruby had sparkles in her eyes. So he is a hero from another world, just like my mom had told me in those stories. Yang had been taken back, had looked at Eri with a smile as well. Good-hearted you say? Willing to help anyone you say? He. Weiss, on the other hand, was filled with joy knowing that her future husband was a good choice. Eri, can I go see Papa now? Blake, of course you can, let's go. Blake held her hand to the little pink cinnamon roll to take her hand. 11 moments later we see Izuku training Ofa because he still needs to increase his usage of it. 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻 had been staring at Izuku with a questioning look. 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻, hey Izuku. Izuku, yeah 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻-chan. 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻, so is that your imperial arms or something? Izuku, imperial arms. Oh, you mean the lightning that dances around me and the super strength? 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻 just shook her head. 𝐻𝐸𝐻 had now joined the conversation. 𝐻𝐸𝐻, pray do tell how much can you use? Izuku, right now I'm using 10% of my power. My max right now is 25%. Why may I ask? 𝐻𝐸𝐻, you are incredibly strong. Though you might need to work on your reactionary time. Izuku, thanks for the info 𝐻𝐸𝐻-chan. 𝐻𝐸𝐻 looked away with a blush. Leone had came back with a mug of water and handed it to Izuku. Izuku, that is so kind of you Leone-chan. Leone had forgot to mention that she had taken a sip first and is now blushing profusely. 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐫 had noticed her. 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐫, was that an indirect kiss? 𝐒𝐻𝐵, what was an indirect kiss? 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐫, Leone took a sip of water before she came here and now Izuku is taking one as well. Just then Eri had ran through both of them and tackled Izuku to the ground. Eri, Papa. Izuku had gently picked her up and carried her. Izuku, hey sweetie, how was your day with Team RWBY? Eri, it was fun. But now I'm hungry. Can we get apples please? Izuku, of course sunshine, let's go. 𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐫, 𝐻𝐵, and Leone had followed them to the cafeteria. 7 Meanwhile a bunny fawners was being picked on by 𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐫. 𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐫, what a freak. And those ears are real too. Ha ha ha. PL please stop. Someone PL please help me. 𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐫, no one is going to save you freak, so be quiet. 8 In a flash 𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐫 had been launched into the wall. Izuku looked down at and helped her up. Izuku, what's your name? You are it's Velvet. Izuku, well Velvet, are you hurt? Velvet, oh it's just my ears. 1 Izuku unknowingly had placed a hand on her ears and stroked them carefully. 39 Izuku unknowingly had placed a hand on her ears and stroked them carefully. Velvet had leaned in to the comfort, was blushing a bit. Izuku, well Velvet, do you want to come with me to get some food? I'll pay. Velvet just nodded and went with him. In the cafeteria, Izuku and Velvet had just arrived and as promised Izuku paid for Velvet's food, had sat down with the rest of the gang. Ruby, oh you met Velvet? Izuku, yeah, I had met her when she was being bullied by a stuck-up brat. Velvet, you are thanks for the save by the way. My mate. She said the last part a little bit too loudly but not enough for Izuku to hear. But the others had glared at her with a tang of jealousy. Velvet, eep. Izuku, here. What's wrong Velvet? Velvet, you are nothing. 9 Another portal had opened up. And you guessed it right, on top of Izuku. 47A, and you know I have too much free time and geez, about 870 words were written just today for this somewhat calm chapter. Anyways, DXD is coming. My fingers. Ouch. 2 As the portal opened back up, Izuku had his hands out and waited for a couple of minutes. Then slam. Almost a whole group fell out of the portal onto poor Izuku. Team RWBY, Team JNPR, Velvet, 𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐫, 𝐻𝐻𝐽𝐫, Leone, and Glinda stared wide-eyed. For Izuku, oh. Why does this happen to me? So who are you guys? 1 The leader supposedly stood up and stuck a hand out. Rias, I'm Rias Gremory and this is my peerage. Well, what's left of it? Rias has red BLD head and blue eyes. 14 Rias, introduce yourselves girls. Akino, my name is Akino Himejima. She has purple-violet hair and deep purple eyes, which Izuku somehow sees her as Midnight Sensei for some reason. 16 Koneko, my name is Shironi Koneko. Just call me Koneko. She had snow-white hair with wild yellow eyes. 1 Kuroka, I'm the big sister of Koneko. My name is Kuroka Naya. She has raven-colored hair and as well as the same color of her little sisters. Aisha, and my name is Aisha Argento. She had blonde hair and bright green eyes. 4 Irina, well my name's Irina. She has wild orange hair and bizarre purple eyes. Zenovia, well my name's Zenovia. She had wild blue hair and a shrake of green hair. Her eyes are dirty yellow. Rias, and who are you may I ask? Cutie. Akino and the rest looked at her with a tang of jealousy with what she said. Izuku had not paid attention to what she said, had answered right away. Izuku, my name is Izuku Midoriya and these are my friends. He points to the people sitting beside him. Akino, Ara. It seems he has a lot of them as well. Aisha, so Izuku-senpai, what do you know about this place? Izuku, well Aisha-chan, this world is called Remnant and is filled with beings that have powers. For me, I have super strength and lightning. Akino seemed to be looking at Izuku with lust in her eyes. Blake glares at her. Koneko, well we are what people call devils. Izuku, are you nice devils? Kuroka, we are nice. Naya. Zenovia, well hate to break your conversation but what are we gonna do now? Irina, I was just thinking the same thing. 𝐼𝐧𝐭𝐝 had been eating food and glaring at the devils for a long time. Izuku, well, we can go the headmaster and talk with him, so let's go. Izuku had led them to Ozpin, which gladly accepted them and put them right next to Izuku's dorm. 25 Izuku, well, now we can keep each other in contact now. Rias, thanks Izuku-an. Akino, yes thanks many. Izu Kitty. Izuku had heard what Akino said and had a tint of pink on his cheeks, but tilt led his head a bit. Izuku, wait Kitty. Do I have cat ears now or something? Meanwhile Office, did they really forget me? Ah geez. She is tad short but with black hair and black eyes. She is mostly stoic and blunt about everything. 13 she teleported out of sight. Back with Izuku. Izuku had a feeling someone was about to fall on him, so he spread his hands and waited. Rias and her peerage had seen Izuku with his arms open ready to catch something. 3, 2, 1. Office had been caught in Izuku's arms. Rias, Office. Office had snuggled into Izuku's embrace. Office, I found my new husband and mate. He is strong, I can tell you that, she said bluntly. 18 Glinda, who had been working all day, had snapped a bar of metal in half. Why do I feel sexually challenged? 𝐒𝐴ME had a shiver down her spine, so did the rest of the girls. But with Nora she had spilt a wall in two. She wasn't happy with what she is feeling and rushed towards her. Izuku radar had been pinging. Don't ask how. So with that in mind, Rias had a smile that didn't seem to falter, but on the inside. I'm not gonna let some dragon god beat me. 31 Izuku had let Office go and is now trying to understand what she said. Izuku, Iha. Office had kissed Izuku on the lips. His first kiss was with a dragon god lowly. Didn't think that was going to happen to him. The girls' hearts had shattered a bit until a storm had hit with full force, full of rage and sadness. 55 Izuku just ran away, taking Eri with him. Why did Office kiss me? Does she like me? Nah. It was probably for catching her right. 20 He just shook his head and went back to the dorm and slept. We now see the HM of girls speaking to Office and Rias and her peerage. Pyrrha, you know we can all share him, right? 3 They all looked at each other and smiled. All except Pyrrha, sure. But I will steal his V card first. They all looked at each other with a glare. Akino, it seems it might get a little feisty around here. 𝐴𝐴ME, yes indeed. Leone, sounds about right. Nora will take his V card and become his queen, and he will be my king. I've been on a roll with these chapters here. Well, moving on. Enjoy. The sun rose upon the horizon. It was breathtaking. The sun's rays were now going through the window. As we can see Izuku laying down on his bed. With all the weirdness going on with yesterday's activities and new people showing out of nowhere. He woke up to see 4 lumps beside him. Izuku's bed will be king size. 23 right next to him are now identified as the 4 lumps had their faces shown. Rias had woken up first. Then Office. Third was 𝐵𝐵. And the last was Yang. Now. Izuku, hey girls. What are you doing sleeping beside me? Rias, well. I had a nightmare about my home world. She excused herself but wanted to sleep on Izuku's chest for a bit longer. 𝐵𝐵, I wanted to sleep with you. Is that not okay? She gave him a fake teardrop. Izuku reacted and hugged her. Izuku, I don't mind it at all. As long as you tell me the reason, that is. 𝐵𝐵 had now kissed his cheek, turning him bright red. Yang, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep here with you as well. She says, turning and falling back to sleep. Office, is it wrong to sleep with my husband? I think not. She says with a poker face. 12 Soon enough the rest of girls were now staring at them. Izuku, wait, this is just a misunderstanding, right? Tell them. The girls now had a dark aura seeping through their backs. Their eyes weren't shining. Aisha, Izuku-senpai. Pray do tell, what were you doing to them? Koneko, is that true? Senpai. The girls in your bed. Akino, it seems you need punishment. Kuroka, I agree. With Akino. Zenovia, just tell me the truth. Irina, yeah. Just tell us. Glinda, you must explain at once. Or there will Be consequences Izuku. Nora didn't even get to sleep with my king. Pyrrha, it has been decided. RWBY, I'm with Nora on this one. Blake, my mate. What is going on with these girls on your bed? Weiss you dolt. When will you learn? 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲, I could make that punishment worse. Leone, you know. Izuku, I have always wanted to cuddle with you the first time I saw you. Now these four ruined my chance. Velvet, I thought we were gonna cuddle. 21 They all charged at him. Izuku, wait. Dash. Knockout. 5 A few hours later. Izuku now has bandages on his arms and legs. Izuku, what did I do wrong? He says with a few comical tears rolling down. Someone pats him on the back. Izuku looks up to the person. Coco, hey, it'll be alright cutie. My name is Coco. You have met Velvet, right? Izuku, my name is Izuku and yes, I have met Velvet. Are you her team leader by any chance? Coco, yes I am. Now how about we go on a little stroll too? I don't know. To get to know each other. Izuku, I wouldn't mind that at all. Coco. For a half an hour later. Izuku and Coco seemed to have gotten a bond between each other. They explained how much differences and likes they had. All in all, it was a great time. But for Coco, well, she called it a date. Not knowing Izuku just called it hanging out. Coco, soon dear. We'll be together one way or another. She said with a crazy smile. Coco, he will be mine forever. And ever. My dear little green rabbit will be my husband. 18 Location unknown, date unknown, time unknown. 1A portal had been opened up. But this time it will shock RWBY the most. And Yang as well. Summer, I'm not dead RWBY. I'll come back to you. Mommy is here. Raven, of course you would say that. But for now I'll allow it. Now Yang did say she found a cute boy around RWBY's age. I think we should pay a visit, Summer, but of course. I can't wait to see RWBY and the new guy as well. 9 Back with RWBY. RWBY, hey Yang. Yang, yeah, what's up Rubes? RWBY, I feel like someone is talking about me. Yang, I can feel it too. It don't matter. Come on, we need to find our husband. RWBY blushed. RWBY, Yang, it's not like that. Well, not yet at least. She said with a small smile. And sorry if this was a bit late. I had to go to a graduation party with a friend. Hope you understand. Enjoy. RWBY and Yang haven't seen both their mothers in a long time, ever since they were young. RWBY thought that her mother had died in the mission and dismissed the possibility of her alive and well. Yang thought that her mother had left her for personal reasons and just left it at that. Little did they know that they will meet them. But how would it go? Yang, you know Rubes, we should take Izuku with us in Vale today. RWBY, I was actually thinking the same Yang. We should go ask him. The quicker we do it, the quicker I can get cookies. Yang, yeah. Now come on. She drags her sister towards Izuku, who still has a bandage on his cheek. Right beside him was Eri, who also was eating her apples that were the size of a snowball. Izuku, I'm bored. Aren't you too, sweetheart? Eri just nodded. Izuku, sigh, well, what are we going to do today? Eri just pointed and Izuku looked. Yang, RWBY, yo. Izuku, here. Oh hey girls. RWBY, we were wondering if you could go with us to Vale. Izuku, sure. I needed to get some ingredients for me and Eri. He looks at Eri, who points at her remaining 2 apples. 1 Izuku sweat drops. Izuku, and some more apples for Eri. 9 RWBY and Yang squeal with joy and grabbed both father and daughter duo and dragged them both to Vale. In Vale. Summer, now. Do you suppose the chances that we will find our daughters here in Vale? Raven, sighs that possibility is slim to none. And how are we gonna explain to them? We can't just waltz right back into their lives like nothing changed. 3 Summer, alright. But what about the green-haired boy? Raven, WL. From what Yang has told me, he is around Ruby's age and has a power that can give him electricity, speed, and strength boost. Summer, that was never recorded before in powers. I guess he is one of the few lucky ones here. Raven, it makes sense in a way. Then they saw familiar figures with yellow hair and black hair. With our group. Izuku, you are Ruby. Ruby, yes Izuku. Izuku, why do you need that much cookies? Ruby, cause you can never have enough. 13 Yang sweat drops at her sister's antics. Eri was clinging on to Izuku's head. Soon enough that had bought everything they need. That is until 2 voices had called them out. Yang. Ruby. They all turned back to see. Ruby, Mommy. Yang, 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿. The 2 figures hugged both Ruby and Yang, who both were starting to cry. Izuku, you are. Who are you two? Who are you? And what are you doing with our daughters? 3 Izuku, let me introduce myself and my daughter. He breathes in and out and stands confidently. Izuku, well my name is Izuku Midoriya and this is my daughter Eri Midoriya. He points at Eri. Ruby, Mom let me go. Yang, me too. Both mothers were surprised by their daughter's sudden attitude. They let them go and started to introduce themselves to Izuku and Eri. Raven, WL. Size my name is Raven Branwen and I'm Yang's mother. Summer, and I'm Summer Rose. Ruby's mother. It's finally nice to meet you in person. Izuku, You two are Yang and Ruby's mothers. You look way younger than you actually age. 12 Izuku, You two are Yang and Ruby's mothers. You look way younger than you actually age. 1 Both mothers blushed heavily and had steam coming out of their ears. Summer, why you really think so? Raven, BB Barker. I'm not that appealing. 18 Izuku, well both of you look appealing to me. 8 They then began to fiddle with their fingers. While Ruby and Yang had been glaring at them with a familiar dark aura surrounding them. Plus Ruby, so Izuku. You think our mothers are appealing here? Yang. You know. Izuku. We might have to punish you again. Izuku, Nani. Shot Matt. 8 Many hours later of apologizing and wrapping bandages. And secretly tackling to their mothers about sharing. 3 Izuku, size man what did I do wrong? 5 As he sleeps. Raven and Summer secretly move beside him and hug both sides. I need to start sleeping more or I'll slack off. Anyways hope you enjoy. 7 Last time. Izuku, what did I do? He says while he goes on his bed and sleeps. Unknown to him that Summer and Raven slept by him as well. Now. Izuku woke up and yawned while stretching a bit. He opened his eyes and looked down. Only to see 2 big lumps clinging onto his arms and 2 big bumps on his chest. He lifted up the blanket and saw Summer and Raven hugging him with their heads on his chest. They woke up and saw him staring at them. Izuku blinked twice and shook his head. Summer, hello Raven. Good morning Izuku-kun. Izuku, GG good morning. You too. So how did you get in? Summer. Well we might have asked Ozpin to give us a key to your room. 6 Raven. And we must have fallen asleep since we were walking all day yesterday. They both looked at him with tears almost starting to form. Izuku, W8. And no don't cry please. You just needed to ask. They both tackled him to the ground where it sounded like a slam. 6 Just then Nora had wanted to get Izuku to eat pancakes with her and heard a slam. She went towards Izuku's room and busted the door down with her hammer and saw 2 figures that were on top of him. The position of which was almost lewd. Nora, Izuku my king. What are you doing? Izuku, and Nora why? Nora didn't wait and threw both women to the wall and pushed Izuku to her biasis. Izuku, muffled and Nora. Can't breathe. Nora reluctantly let go. Nora, now my king explain. Who are those 2 women and what were they doing to you? Soon enough the whole had came in and gave questioning glares at him. He responded quickly, not wanting to have any more slaps like the day before. With 𝐈𝐵. 𝐈𝐵, well, I believe it's time to test your limits. Izuku. 15 with Izuku. Izuku, is there any other way to push my limits? 1 intercom, will Izuku Midoriya go to Emerald Forest? Izuku, oh well. Maybe this forest will give me a chance of sneaking around and trying new attacks as well. With Velvet. Velvet, hey Coco. Coco, yeah Velvet. Velvet, do you know why they asked for Izuku to go to Emerald Forest? Coco, no idea. Velvet, we should go, don't you think? 𝐻𝗪𝙢, you know, see how strong he is against Grim. Coco, great idea Velvet. Let's go. At Emerald Forest. Izuku, this forest seems a bit on the dark side. I wonder if I use 𝐻𝗪 and expand it towards something living. It's worth a shot. He concentrates on spreading 𝐻𝗪 towards his point on his finger and sends a few sparks out to a black tree. It somehow changed color to where it seems it is a cherry blossom tree. 3 Izuku, it looks so appealing. 𝐈𝐵, it looks like you can give color to a tree. I haven't seen this before. You are truly mysterious Izuku. This tree. I haven't seen it in decades. Izuku, 𝐻, you mean it's been like this as black and no color whatsoever? 𝐈𝐵, it had color before. But all these trees are affected by a dark presence. Grims. Izuku, Grim. 𝐈𝐵, yes. Grim are creatures can sense negative thoughts and emotions. They truly are creatures of darkness. 16 Izuku, so they feed off of negative emotions. 𝐈𝐵, you however had not been targeted. It seems you have a pure heart. Pure hearts are so rare here on Remnant. Now I need you to get a relic that I need. Are you up for it Izuku? Izuku, sure, it's the least I can do ever since you helped me. 𝐈𝐵, all right. You should get going then. Come back safely. Izuku, sure ounce. I'll be safe. Izuku powered up to 20% and launched himself deeper into the forest. Meanwhile, with Team RWBY and Team JNPR. RWBY, so Izuku is going to show his strength in a real-life scenarios against Grim Hair. Weiss, I'm just worried that he might get himself hurt or worse. RBY and P, same here. 3 Jawn, you should believe in him. His punches were powerful. Ren, you need to trust him more. He can take care of himself, you know. They then saw a dark aura around the girls. 12 Jawn, we should probably run, right Ren? Ren has left the room. 7 Jawn, oh. Gotta go. 14 he zooms past them. 1A, N run for your lives. 7 with Izuku. Last time I promise. Izuku, I can feel the relic here somewhere. Beowulfs had now begun to sneak up on Izuku while he was searching. Izuku heard growling and looked behind. Izuku, oh give me a break. 3 he flicked his finger and the poor Grim had been sent flying through a tree. The rest of the group had now surrounded Izuku. While 𝐻𝗪 had begun to charge at him. 2 Izuku proceeded to do a swift 7% kick and sent the 𝐻𝗪 back to the group where it turned to ashes. Izuku then charged his point of his finger and swiftly touched a Beowulf's head. It had transformed back into a regular wolf. Izuku, here that's neat. Izuku then grabbed the wolf and searched for the relic. 1 he soon found it, but it was weirdly shaped like a heart with wings. He heard a screech and looked behind him. 5 there were 2 Deathstalkers with their tails pointed exactly near him. Izuku, SHT, here we go again. 23 he powered up again with 20% to his legs and swiftly kicked them back towards a cliff. 1 he ran and grabbed the relic the wolf and sprinted back to the entrance. 30 minutes later. Izuku, oh geez. I'm beat. 𝐈𝐵, I see you have a relic and a wolf. How on Remnant did you turn a Beowulf back into a wolf? Izuku, I'll explain later. For now. Izuku passes out. 3 there arrives and looks towards 𝐈𝐵 with a deadly glare. 10 or, hey 𝐈𝐵. 𝐈𝐵 was absolutely shaking. 𝐈𝐵, you are why yes. Or, you're dead. 1 𝐈𝐵 had left the scene. 19 we now see Izuku in his bed resting and asleep. While his had fallen asleep next to him. This might have taken me a little while to finish, but I hope you enjoy. 9. As Izuku was waking up, he felt like there was a lot of weight on his chest. He opened his eyes and squinted a bit and looked down. 1. When he pulled the covers, his face immediately flushed and squealed and quickly fell off the bed onto the floor with a thud. 3. Then had woken up to the sound of a slam and looked over to see Izuku on floor with a blush on his face. Or, get back in bed, Izuku. 2. Izuku, I'd rather not, he said a bit fearfully. All, in bed now. You need your rest, they said with a hint of anger. Izuku, hi. He get back into bed as the sea of girls latch onto him. He could feel their mounds on him from every part of his body. 1. Izuku, why are they acting a bit more aggressive now? Was it because of me passing out from yesterday's event? Wait. Where's Eri and the wolf that I had gotten from the forest? 1. All, Izuku-kun Izu, my king, my mate, my husband is so warm and cuddly. 15. After a few more tries and attempts, he had gotten away from the pile of girls and made his to Ozpin's office. Izuku, yo ounce, Ozpin, ah. Good, you finally made it. Izuku, made it for what ounce, Ozpin? Well, it's about the artifact that you found and the wolf as well. Izuku, so what about them and where's Eri? Ozpin, oh, she's playing with the wolf. And to be honest, I think she had gotten attached to it. Izuku sighs in relief that Eri was safe. Cause if anything comes harm to Eri, let's just say that your very existence will be stripped away from you. 23. And I'll kick someone's butt if I have to. No one harms Eri. 71. Izuku, so what about the artifact? Ozpin, ah yes. The artifact has some peculiar energy. Although I haven't managed to see what energy it has been storing. I was wondering if you could try a crack at it. Izuku, by all means ounce, I'll do it. He went closer to the artifact that had the same shape which he found it. A heart filled with vibrant colors and a gemstone in the center. He pointed his finger at it and the artifact had been reacting at an insane rate towards it, flew into his heart. 16. Thump. Ozpin, oh dear. Time skip BTYB. A chibi. Ozpin splashing water at a chibi knocked out Izuku splash. Izuku, what was that for? Ozpin, well, you were knocked out by the artifact. When it went into your heart. Izuku, it went into my heart. Ozpin, of course it did. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Izuku, do you know if it's going to hurt me or help me in any way possible? Ozpin, I could name a few, but I'll let him figure it out. Well, there is an upside to it. It seems you can use a bit more power and stamina. 4. And if you catch my drift. Degree 100. Just then Eri enters in with her wolf right beside her. Eri, Papa. You're finally awake. 5. She ran towards her father and hugged him while the wolf just sits there like a loyal dog. Izuku, yup. I am my little princess. Eri giggles cutely. And too cute. 7. Izuku, so aunts, what should we do with the wolf? Ozpin, you can keep it. I'd rather not see your daughter sad. Eri goes to her now pet wolf with a few sparkles in her eyes. I wonder what I should call you. Comment a good name and I'll shout you out next chapter. 70. Eri, I'll call you name. 56. Izuku, sounds perfect. Eri. Name likes Eri's hand and face and gives Eri a ride on its back. Izuku, well, I got to get Eri into bed soon. CYA later ounce. Ozpin, you as well. Izuku. Time skip BTYB. A chibi. Eri riding a chibi name. 10. Since Izuku has a lot more stamina and energy, he thought that he could go walk into Emerald Forest. He went under the cherry blossom tree and leaned his back onto the tree. The wind blows his hair ever so slightly as he takes a breath in and out. Unaware of 3 girls looking at him with a slight tint of pink on their cheeks. These 3 girls went and blocked the sun with their shadows covering Izuku. 5. Izuku, who turned out the sun? 15. He peeks over and yelped. Fret not, we mean no harm, said the older woman, gaining a nod from Izuku. Izuku, so who are you? 3. Salem, you can call me Salem. My dear king. 23. She said the last part a bit low. Cinder, my name's Cinder. My lover. She said it a bit quiet. Neo, holds up notepad. Neo is my name. Cutie. For Izuku, Neo. Are you perhaps not able to speak? Cinder, she's been like that for quite a while. Salem, even with my powers I cannot bring her voice back. 1. They both look down with a hint of anger and sadness. Izuku, how about I give it a try? 5. Cinder, not to be negative or anything, but how would you get her voice back? Salem, indeed, how would you? Izuku, well, just watch. Izuku got close to Neo's face as she was blushing a bit furiously. Izuku uses his finger towards her neck and heart and snaps. Izuku, give it a try now. Neo. Did it work? 34. Salem and Cinder's jaws drop to the floor. 8. Izuku, it seems like it did. Neo cries a bit and tackles Izuku to the ground saying, thank you. Thank you so much. 2. Salem, how? Cinder, what kind of magic aura sorcery is this? 24. Izuku then feels a bit tired, so he picks up Neo off the ground. Izuku, well, I gotta go back to the academy, and as for the healing part, let's just say I have a few surprises up my sleeve later. This might have taken me a bit, but I hope you enjoy. 9. Also thanks for all of the great names for the wolf, and the winner is Pokegriff. The wolf will be male and the name is Sir Puppeston. And I might have put something along with this chapter. And as always, pictures and art do not belong to me. 33. The sun rises up again once more with life and light seeping through the blinds of Izuku's dorm. He lightly snores with a few movements here and there while hugging his daughter with Sir Puppeston next to his bed guarding his MSTR and Eri. 8. Ever since Eri had begun to hang out with Sir Puppeston, he was growing attached to the small pink cinnamon roll. He felt the need to protect Eri from the lurking dangers of this world of Remnant. 5. Izuku woke up first with his hair a mess and quietly made his way to the bathroom where he did his routine and came back out to find Sir Puppeston growling at the entrance of his dorm. Izuku, what is it SP? I know animals can't tell, and I'm just gonna put SP fought short. 8. SP, someone is at the door, sir. 6. Izuku blinks a few times and stares at SP in bewilderment. Izuku, did why you just talk? 6. SP, W8. You're telling me that you can hear me talk? Izuku nods vigorously. SP, you are a mystery, sir. Izuku, I guess I am. SP, well, open the door. 6. Izuku, right. Izuku opens the door, then a rainbow of blurs tackled him to the floor. SP just sweat dropped. SP, sir. Are you okay? Izuku, I'm fine. I guess. Glinda, who are you talking to? Izuku. Izuku, I'm talking to SP. Weiss looks at him with a slight concern for her future husband. 𝐭𝐽𝐫, Izuku, you do know you can't talk to animals. 3. Izuku, but he talked to me before I even opened the door. SP, sir, I don't think they can understand me. I guess you're special. Izuku, that makes more sense. Aisha, what makes more sense? Izuku-senpai. Izuku, well, Aisha-chan, I think I might have the ability to talk to animals. 2. Weiss, not possible. Well, maybe. 3. Rias, and so what if you do have the ability to talk to SP? Izuku, I mean, I can translate what he's saying about you girls. SP, you telling me I got to talk and you gonna have to translate whatever I say? That's whack. 7. Izuku, well, beggars can't be choosers. Just talk. Then just sweat drops. SP, whatever, so who are these people, sir? You're HM. Izuku just blushes heavily. Izuku, I don't know what a HM is. 1. Blake's ears twitch a bit along with Velvet's. The rest of the girls, however, had been seething with a few looks of embarrassment. SP, right. Well, sir. Are you going to class or what? It seems you might be running a bit late. Izuku, oh no. SP, can you take care of Eri for me? SP, of course, sir. You can count on me. Izuku, girls. All, WW what? Izuku, we are gonna be late. Izuku just zooms past them all. Time skip B2IB, a chibi SP carrying a chibi Eri on his back after class ended. Izuku bolted out through the door, not wanting to get detention from Glinda for more studies. 3. Glinda just sighs and goes to her lover's seat and sits there with a wave of pleasure. It smells just like him. 16. She continues to indulge herself in his scent, unaware of peeking eyes. Ruby, hee. Why is Glinda sniffing my dear Izuku-kun's scent? 10. With Izuku, Izuku just keeps walking towards his favorite spot under the cherry blossom. He senses peace here the most, even if it's the only tree that seems so colorful. He lays down with a couple of few breezes here and there flowing through his hair, as he closes his eyes and takes a nap. 4. I think I found my new MSTR-sama. 8, she says with a deranged smile while heavily blushing. She goes up to Izuku and carefully places his head onto her lap. Hee. So adorable. He shall be mine. For she thinks for a bit in her mindscape with a few suggestive scenes in her head. And I ain't putting any details. 14, she laughs a bit while her eyes turn into hearts. She sees his lips wide open. She leans her head in and softly pecks his lips. Mine. Or mine. For Izuku wakes up to see an older woman who seems to be in her 20s or 30s looking at him with an intense blush. She has 2 horns coming from each side of her head with black wings from her sides. Her eyes are yellow. Picture above 7 Izuku. Hi. Hello there, Izuku-sama. When he hears his name come from her mouth, he immediately backs off and into a defensive postaion. Izuku, how did you get my name? Foo. I know everything about you, love. And call me Albedo. Or future wife of your kids. 24 back at Beacon Salem had been walking around with a shock collar, cause you know why, until she gets a unspeakable rage. 1 Salem, someone is touching my king and speaking about future wife. Raven, who could be messing with Izuku and now. Erina, pray to God. I'm going to find this girl and crucify the lecherous beast. 1A, and my hand fell asleep during this. 10 back with Izuku. Izuku seems to be confused with her reasons but being a wife. He blushed at the thought. Izuku, what are why your intentions with me? Albedo, it's simple. Love, marriage and kids. That's all I ever wanted. But I needed you. 6, she smiles a bit and coming closer to Izuku. Izuku, so you mean and no harm. Albedo, you could say that. Soon enough another rainbow of blurs tackled Izuku to the ground. 2A, and my poor cinnamon roll is getting dunked by demands. 13 all except Albedo, his OUS. Not yours. 9 to be continued. NCYA next time. Author, so I've been asked a couple of questions so I might need a hand with this, author. Hey Izuku. Izuku, yeah. Author, you're helping me with these questions alright? Izuku, sure thing. Author, alright, the first question for the day. So Kazuki asked me, what inspired you to write this story? Izuku, interesting. I wanted to know too. Author, well, it was just an idea at first, but with a few encouraging words from Luminati 666 I decided to make this story. Izuku, what a nice guy. Anway's next question. Okay, so Ghostfi team asked, if you had to ship a character from my universe and the RWBY universe, who would it be? Author, without a doubt in my minute a sudden explosion had occurred. The girls had appeared. Nora, now what were you going to say, author-san? Glinda, yes, do tell. Author, you can't just bust down my wall like that. And to answer the question it would have to be Yang runs up and hits the author on the head, knocking him out cold. Short intermission, will be right back, brought to you by Pokegriff, giving the author an ice pack. 6 Izuku, well next question. Ruby, can I say it this time? Can I? 12 author, just go ahead. Ruby, yay. Okay. So Goku Black 193 asked, what is your favorite ship in the My universe? Author, easy. Kendo. For Izuku, you paired me up with Kendo-san. The girls start having their weapons pointed towards the author. Author, well. F7 another short intermission brought to you by Russellkear, putting a cast around the author's leg. Author, well. On to the next question. Rias. You can do this one. Rias, thank you. Now B0RI0T0 had asked, what is your favorite song? 3 author, well, it would have to be Silence by Marshmello. Izuku, I should probably listen to that soon. Akame, if Izuku is going to listen to it, then I shall too. Eri, Papa, what are doing in here with the author? Izuku, just answering some questions with him. Do you want to read a question to him? Eri, yes I do. Okay. So Embodiment of Memes asked, what is your FA? Favorite game? And could you recommend me some? Author, well, since I'm an OG it would have to be Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube. And for recommendations it would have to be Super Smash Bros. Melee and Mario Kart Double Dash. Super Paper Mario is another one and it's on the Wii along with Mario Kart because that was the best Mario Kart game that 𝐂𝐶TLY had Funky Kong. 3 Author, so with that. Over with I have one more thing to show you. Enjoy! A spin-off will be happening with a few chapters of Eri in Remnant with SP by her side. Misadventures in Remnant. Author here. Sorry for the delay but think of it as a present for Izuku's birthday. Anyways enjoy. 2 Last time all, his hours. 1 They say while he gets squished by mounds. 3 Now Izuku, girls you are gonna be the death of me if I can't breathe. All, sorry darling, mate, lover, husband, Izuku and 𝐬𝐳𝐬𝐽. Izuku mentally slaps his forehead. Izuku, WL this here is Albedo. Albedo, hey. Like what Izuku-sama said my name is Albedo. All, right. Albedo, you should have seen Izuku-sama earlier. He pushed me down forcefully. He was almost dominating me. 3 Izuku, that's not what happened. His HM has a really chilling red laser eye that seems all too familiar that it could mean you would be killed in 7 seconds. 7 Izuku, I'm going to start running. Izuku had fled the scene. 2 All, get back here you baka 𝐻𝑗. 25 Small time skip Izuku was in the infirmary with bandages all over him. Izuku, I need a bodyguard. Please Kami. Give me a bodyguard. 25 Just then a soft blue glow came next to his bed and flashed bright. 12 Leaving only a woman to be in her 20s or younger. Are you my MSTR? 2 Izuku, why your MSTR? Exactly. Are you my MSTR? Izuku, I guess. So you are what's your name? Saber, very well. My name is Artoria Pendragon. And your name is? 25 Izuku, Izuku Midoriya. Saber, so why are you in a body cast? She asked while having a blank stare at him. Izuku, girl troubles. I don't even do anything wrong. Saber, let me guess. They tried to beat the truth out of you. 4 Izuku, indeed they did Saber-chan. Saber thought for a bit and had a pink hue on her cheeks. Saber's mind he looks too cute. Mine. My MSTR. 38 Saber sits on the bed with a few ludicrous scenes that could play out. With her MSTR. Izuku, oh Kami. I forgot today was my birthday. 1 Saber, how can you forget your own birthday MSTR? Izuku, must have slipped my mind and you don't have to call me MSTR. Just call me whatever you can think of. Saber thinks for a bit and says. Izuku-chan. For Izuku heavily blushed. Saber, I'm going to call you Izuku-chan. 1 Izuku, that's fine. 1 Saber, mind if I ask a question? Izuku, go ahead. Saber, what world is this? Izuku, well it's known as Remnant. I've been here for 2 months and I still can't get the fact that there is a lot of places and things to discover. Saber, thanks. To tell you, I'm a servant for your needs. Though you are quite powerful yourself, have you ever wielded a sword? Izuku, I mean there were certain Fanfi 7 author cut. What are you doing? Izuku, nothing wrong, just speaking from the mind. Author, Sonic Josh please fix this wall break. 46 Izuku, I never wielded a sword in my life. Saber, I could teach you. If you let me serve you. Izuku, sounds fair. Deal. 2 He shakes his hand with Saber. Saber feels his soft yet worn down hand that had many scars on it. She wanted to protect her MSTR from here on out and possibly Ma Saber, and no. Bad. Bad Saber. 3 Saber rubs his hand a bit more and holds it for a bit. Saber, Izuku-chan. Izuku, hi Saber-chan. Saber, see can I hold your hand for the rest of the day? 2 Izuku, sure. 1 She smiles a bit excitedly. After Izuku had his body healed a bit faster thanks to his powers. They walked around and entered the cafeteria, and that's when things go down. All, happy birthday Izuku. They then open their eyes only to see Izuku holding hands with another female. Nora charged head first. 5 Nora, Nora is gonna break some legs. Izuku, Nora no. Nora, Nora yes. 8 Izuku, no. Nora, yes. 2. Izuku had lifted 𝐬𝐵 with his strength and carried her bridal style and quickly left the scene. Izuku, why couldn't I get a normal birthday for once? I just turned 10 𝐬𝐵, I'm gonna be his first. 1 𝐬𝐵, you're 17. Izuku, yup. 𝐬𝐵, maybe I should give you a gift. Izuku, really? Like what? 𝐬𝐵. This. She grabbed his face and kissed him. Last time 1 𝐬𝐵 pushes her lips to her Izuku-chan and continues to deepen the kiss. Now Izuku's mindscape, why is she kissing me? What is with every girl I meet kissing me? 6. I don't mind it. 2. Her lips are so soft. Like cotton candy. 𝐬𝐵 had let go of Izuku's lips to catch her breath. 𝐬𝐵, Emster, your lips taste so minty. Izuku, you are. Thanks I guess. 𝐬𝐵, Izuku-chan is too cute. Mine. 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 8. 𝐬𝐵's eyes dulled a bit with a familiar dark aura surrounding her. 6. Izuku, 𝐬𝐵-chan. 𝐬𝐵, oh sorry, I was just thinking about something. Izuku, that's alright. I was wondering if you would like something to eat. 1. 𝐬𝐵's thoughts, I would love to eat you up. 16. 𝐬𝐵, how about some yakisoba? I'm craving it. And I'm craving for you as well. 5. Izuku, what a coincidence. I was thinking about having yakisoba as well. They both head to the cafeteria again while they also talked about what servants do. Izuku, so you are like my personal combat maid. 2. 𝐬𝐵, in a way yes. I do have to tell you that I have a alter form. Izuku, alter form. Is it similar to you? 𝐬𝐵, in all honesty, yes. However, my alter form is more blunt and bit more. How can I say this? Izuku, a bit more what? 𝐬𝐵, Izuku-chan is too pure. She's a bit more outgoing. Yeah. She's more outgoing. 2. Izuku, so she has a bit more energy. 𝐬𝐵, correct. She prefers to wear black clothing and her eyes are a bit more dull than mine. 2. Izuku, I would like to meet your alter form. 𝐬𝐵, he won't see that side of me. Izuku-chan is too cute. I want to caress him. He only needs me. His servant. His lover. And his wife. And that's me. 6. Alter, aren't you gonna share with little old me? 𝐬𝐵, you are a part of me so I guess it's fair. Alter, not to mention, I can help you with the competition. 𝐬𝐵, we'll talk later. Izuku, 𝐬𝐵-chan. Are you there? 𝐬𝐵, EEP. Izuku, are you sick? You look kind of red at the moment. He says while he puts his forehead to her forehead. Izuku retracts his head back. Izuku, you are a bit warm. So you're not sick or anything. 𝐬𝐵, it's just the heat. As they kept walking, a familiar portal is over Izuku's head and out came 3. Crash. Itai. Those darn villains will pay. Agreed. Why is the floor soft and squishy? W8. Dark hair with green highlights. Izuku, Itai. He rubs his head and opens his eyes to see 4 familiar figures on top of him. He tears up a bit and stands up. Izuku, I missed you girls so much. Nejaya, Izuku-kun. Nemirai, darling, you're here and in the flesh. 1. Momo, Izuku-kun. Gyro, Zuzu-sama. 15. They hugged each other with a few tears shedding here and there. 𝐬𝐵, Izuku-chan. Who are these people? Izuku, these are my best friends. He points to Momo, Nejaya, and Gyro. 3. Izuku, and she's a pro hero. He points to Nemirai. 𝐬𝐵 squints her eyes while she studies these proclaimed women. Momo, Izuku-kun, who is this? 1. She says with a bit of venom laced into her voice. Izuku being the dense protagonist, he is just smiles. 2. Izuku, this is 𝐬𝐵. My servant. 4. 𝐬𝐵, and his my MSTR. She hugs him. Nemirai, how bold of you, darling. Izuku looks around to see Nemirai with a dark aura surrounding her. 22. Gyro, Zuzu-sama is being a naughty boy. She twirls her earphone jacks around her finger. Nejaya, however, she still smiles but with a much more devilish intentions. Momo created her go-to pole and aimed it at him. Izuku, see a rainbow color of blurs surrounded him with a very peculiar sense of danger. 1. All, Who are they? 𝐿, his mine. Back off. 2 SP, so would you like for me to assist you? And Eri is napping on top of me. 3 Izuku, please help me. Izuku twirls his finger around and out came a steak. 4 SP sniffed it at first and then ate it. He felt a surge of excitement and carried Izuku towards safety from the onslaught of war from his 𝐻. SP, what was that fine delicacy you made? Izuku, it's called steak. SP, steak. Steak. Can you make me more sometime? Also we need to put Eri in bed now. Izuku carries his daughter to bed with a small smile. Izuku, she is all I ever need to make me smile. SP, indeed. She is like you in so many ways. No wonder she looks up to you. Izuku hugs Eri while she's sleeping. Eri knows the warmth and clings onto it for safety. Eri. Papa. Is too nice. Izuku hears a loud bang and covers Eri's ears. The 𝐻 had arrived unknown to them, that was a big mistake. Izuku turned to them with a glare while still holding a smile. 13-15 Izuku. I hate it when people are disturbing my sweet sunshine sleep. He lifts his finger and moves them outside while still having his smile. Izuku, now girls. As punishment for the occurrence you had committed. He hits all of them on the head with smoke coming off his fist. 3 all, Itai. Sorry Izu darling, Izukun, Izuku-sama, Zuzu-sama. 2 Izuku, you better be. Alright, CYA. This chapter is not canon. This will be for Toga Himiko's birthday, so why not have the original Yanda have a little fun, right? 5 Izuku walks through the halls with his signature smile and kept walking like nothing bad was going to happen. Or is it? He kept thinking about whether to eat something sweet or spicy. He ponders a bit and stops. He eventually just leans on the wall, not noticing a certain Yanda looking at him. Deku-sama, I just want to straddle you right there and now. 3 She laughs insanely to herself while licking her lips. So adorable. But he needs a few cuts here and there while I drink his sweet juicy BLD, for she pulls out a vial of BLD which happened to be Tsuyu's. She swallows every last drop and transforms into Tsuyu. Toga, Tsuyu. Now time for a little visitation. She jumps down and lands with a bit of grace. She walks towards Izuku with her heart thumping rapidly. Midoriya-chan. Izuku turned around to see Tsuyu next to him. Izuku, oh hey Suzu-chan. Tsuyu, nothing much. Although I do need something from you. She explains with a straight face. Izuku, like what? Toga inwardly grins. Tsuyu, your lips. Izuku, my Lee ate. He was cut off with a kiss. Toga, Deku-sama's lips are all mine. She pulls back and runs away. Izuku, enenenani. Zu-chan. Toga eventually had went to her regular form and was frankly blushing heavily. All right. Short, sweet, and done. Bye. Last time Izuku had his fist smoking while the 𝐻 had softly rubbed their heads from being smacked upon by the cinnamon roll himself. Now. Izuku takes Eri on his shoulders while smiling away without a care in the world. Hey, Papa, I'm hungry. Izuku, don't worry sweetheart, I'll make you the best lunch you could ever want. Eri, with apple pie. Izuku, you bet I will make the sweetest apple pie for my little princess. Eri giggles softly. RWBY is seen peeking over the corner with a deadpan look. However, she had a twisted thought. If Eri is his daughter, then I shall become her mother. And that means I'll be Izuku's wife. 9 She smiled strangely with a few ludicrous thoughts. 2 She bit her lip. Soon my dear sweet cinnamon roll. Your bride is ready and ripe to strike you with her silver eyes. As soon as you fall to darkness, a family will arise with you as the father of our children. 6 RWBY formed her plan with precision. The girls all had something to do today, and this was when all of them except her had activities for the day. She walked towards her future-to-be husband while putting up her act of adorableness. RWBY, hey Izu. Can I come with you and Eri-chan? Izuku, why not? The more the merrier, as they say. Indeed they do, my emerald-haired cinnamon roll. Eri, is she going to make something with apples too? RWBY, that I am. What I'm making is apple-flavored cookies. 2 Eri had stars in her eyes. Izuku, I would love to taste them RWBY. Oh, you'll love the ingredient I'll put into your cookies. I'll make the sweetest and delicious cookies for Eri. Soon, my dear Izu. This little Red Riding Hood is going to deliver something else in the future. 23 Izuku, RWBY. 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 RWBY had gotten startled by Izuku's yelling. RWBY, eat dash. RWBY blushed from embarrassment. She hid her face with her hands. Le time skip to Izuku, almost done with the pies. I wonder how RWBY is doing. RWBY, you called Izu. Izuku nearly jumped from being scared. Izuku, oh dash. You made me jump. Ahem. So how are your cookies doing? RWBY, you mean these? She showed him some heart-shaped cookies with an entrancing fragrance that allures people to whiff a scent. To Izuku, they look magnificent RWBY. RWBY, why not try one? Eri is sleeping while Glinda is watching over her. Izuku, sure. She holds a cookie up to his mouth while he chomps a piece off. Izuku, they taste so sweet. What was in the cookies? RWBY had an enormous blush while fiddling with her fingers. RWBY, just some honey and apple with my love. And some sleeping medicine. 8 Izuku, I might need to write that down. Why do I feel sleepy? RWBY, it's taking effect. I win. I win. Ha ha. I win. Izuku, why? RWBY, sleep my dear Izu. Let the sleep consume you. With that, he fell asleep while there was a few areas where he felt hot. He woke up a bit later with RWBY on his baby maker. 3 Izuku, RWBY. G get off. RWBY, nope. You will give me your baby batter to me. Make me a baby. 1 Izuku, no. G get off. Please. You can't do this. RWBY, oh. My dear Izu doesn't get it at all. Yanders will always win no matter what, dear. 28 Izuku caved in to the pleasure pouring his baby batter into her. RWBY, ha. Izu's baby is inside me. Major time skip RWBY, hi honey. How are you? Izuku sat there with a broken state in mind. His face had no emotion while carrying his daughter with a child with dark hair and red highlights with green vibrant eyes. 10 Izuku, I'm fine. Kana is asleep.